Welcome to the 2016 World Pitch Award Ceremony. Woo!
Good day. Hello. I'm Gandhi.
İyi akşamlar. Çapama.
Hi.
Mesajı.
Aslemam. Dinalan. Namaste. Good afternoon. Boa tarde. Igual. Habari Gio. Arlequias. Bunasa. Lapakar. Niduen. Unta. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes.
Saydoğan Sultan.
Buenas tardes.
Mesajı. Hello, Cuba.
Buenas tardes y bienvenidos.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2016 Technovation World Pitch Awards Ceremony. I think we can have the flags sit down, yeah? Back here. Thank you very much, so that was awesome. My name is Annie Cunningham, and I'm going to be your MC this evening, and I'm super excited to be here. It's so cool to be around 127 International Technovation 2016 delegates from 26 different countries around the world. So it's truly an international evening.
That was very fun.
So let's get started. You're going to hear a little bit more from me as the evening goes on, but I want to start with our keynote speaker. And we are super excited to have Debbie Sterling here, who is the founder and CEO of Goldie Blocks, which is a very cool toy company. So I'm going to listen to Goldie Blocks is an award-winning company on a mission to disrupt the pink aisle. You know the pink aisle in the stores? With toys, games, and media for girls. Debbie's an engineer, an entrepreneur, and one of the leaders of the movement for getting girls interested in science, technology, engineering, and math. She was named Time's Person of the Moment, Business Insider's 30 Women Who Are Changing the World, and was recently added to Fortune magazine's prestigious 40 Under 40 list. In early 2015, Debbie was inducted as a Presidential Ambassador for Global Entrepreneurship and honored by the National Women's History Museum with a Living Legacy Award for her work to empower girls around the world. Debbie received her degree in engineering from Stanford University in 2005, and with that, I'd like to welcome Debbie to the podium.
such an honor to be here today and share my story with all of you. I'm so impressed by this group of people. It's unbelievable. So for those of you who have never heard about Goldie Blocks before, don't know who I am, I'd love to just kind of give you a little bit of background about how I got to where I am today. So starting way back, when I was growing up as a little girl, I actually never knew what engineering was. And it wasn't until I was a senior in high school and applying to college that I first heard the word engineering in my name in the same sentence. And it was from my math teacher, who was my favorite teacher. And she pulled me aside and she said, "What are you going to study in college?" And I said, "I don't know." And she said, "How about engineering? I think you would be good at engineering." And I looked at her, and the truth is I didn't know what engineering was, but I pictured an old man driving a train. And I just thought, well, this woman is crazy. Why would she think that a young, creative, outgoing girl like me would enjoy engineering? But sure enough, I ended up getting into Stanford University, and that's one of the best universities in the United States. I was so lucky. And upon going to Stanford, I wanted to make the most out of such an incredible opportunity, so I signed up for an engineering class. I was really intimidated at first. There was mostly guys in the room, and I almost walked out the door, but I'm so happy I stayed in it because I finally learned for the first time what engineering is. It's learning the skills to invent anything you have in your head and invent things that can make the world a better place. And I knew that that's what I wanted to do with my life. And so I spent 4 years at Stanford studying engineering, and I'll be honest, sometimes it was pretty tough. And a lot of times, the guys in my classes and my male professors didn't treat me as well as they treated the other guys, and I almost dropped out. But I ended up staying with it, and when I ended up graduating with a degree in engineering, it was the proudest day of my life because I challenged myself. I did something that wasn't easy for me. It was hard for me, but when I did it, and I worked hard, I knew I could do anything. And I felt invincible. So years after I had graduated, I was talking with a friend one day, another woman who was in my engineering classes, and she said, "Why were there so few girls in our program?" She said, "When I was a little girl, I grew up playing with all my older brother's construction toys, and that made me build, and I always liked tinkering, and it made me want to be an engineer. But why was it that those were my brother's toys, and why is it that girls play with dolls and boys play with construction toys? And maybe if more girls played with construction toys, maybe more of them would want to go into engineering." And when I heard that, it was like the best idea I ever heard in my life. And that moment, my whole life changed because in an instant, I knew that that was what I was born to do. And I had my engineering degree, and now I knew how to invent things to help make the world a better place. So I decided I'm going to invent an engineering toy for girls so that every little girl around the world could learn what engineering was without having to have a math teacher pull them aside. And maybe early on they might find that passion that I did when I finally discovered it. And so I became so obsessed, I quit my job. And I started building prototypes, just like all of you have been doing, in my apartment by myself in San Francisco. And there were moments where I thought I had lost my mind. But with all of the research and the prototyping that I did and using my engineering skills, I finally came up with a prototype that I tested with girls and I knew that they liked. And so as my next step, I took my prototype to the New York Toy Fair to get advice from some of the biggest toy companies in the world to see if they thought it was a good idea. I was so excited. I had my prototype in my backpack. I went to the show, and I was really, really upset that time and time again, everyone looked at me and they said, "This is never going to sell." They said, "Boys like building, not girls. Girls like dolls, girls like fashion. This will never work." And I knew that they were wrong because I'm a girl who likes building. How many of you like building? I think a few of you, almost everybody, yes. So I knew that they had it wrong and they didn't believe in it. And I went home pretty dejected, and at that point wasn't sure whether or not to move on. But then a friend called, and he said, "Debbie, I heard about this accelerator program. You should sign up. It's this great opportunity, sign up and try out. Thousands of people try out for this, and they pick, just a handful of companies to help incubate and get them to the next level. And so, even though I was rejected from the toy fair, I thought, okay, I'm going to try this instead. So I signed up for this program. And thousands and thousands of startup companies had applied, and I ended up making it to the final round of interviews where they would invest in my company. I just had to have one more final interview. And so I was so excited about this. I started telling all my friends, and people started showing up to help. I had about 1 month to prepare for this big interview, and there was so much to do. Had to have the business model, had to have the final prototype, had to have every answer to every question that the judge might ask. But it was so exciting because all of a sudden, because I had gotten into this program, volunteers started coming over and they started brainstorming with me, and we started testing with kids even more and making improvements to the toy and making it better and better and doing more research and buttoning up and getting everything ready to the point where when I went to the interview day, I felt so confident because I'd worked so hard in that 1 month. I couldn't believe how much I got done. And I knew that even though the toy people didn't think that Goldie Blocks was a good idea, that these different people, maybe they would. And so I went into the interview day and presented my idea and felt so great about it. And that night I couldn't wait to check my email and get the response in the mail that I had been hoping for, that they were going to fund my company. And I found out that I got rejected again. And at that moment, after getting the rejection from Toy Fair and the rejection from this competition, I thought, maybe what I'm doing doesn't make sense. And I felt pretty low. And all the volunteers that had come to help, they were pretty upset about it. And all of a sudden, they weren't coming over either. And I was left for a moment kind of thinking, well, what do I do now? Should I keep going? And in my heart, I knew that girls around the world need this so badly. And just because girls and toy companies have, forced dolls on girls and construction toys for boys for so long and pushed these stereotypes that girls can't be engineers, I knew I had to change that. And I knew that with all the work that I'd done in building my prototypes and preparing for this competition, it wasn't time wasted because I had made so many improvements. And so I decided at that moment I couldn't give up. I was going to keep going anyway. And what I did was I filmed a video of myself and I put it on Kickstarter as my next try. And I needed to raise about $150,000 to make Goldie Blocks a reality. So I poured my heart into the video, put it up on Kickstarter, showed my one prototype that I had made, and believe it or not, the video went viral. And all of a sudden, I had about $1 million in pre-orders for Goldie Blocks. And the very next day, Toys R Us called and they said, "You're making us look bad. We want to order Goldie Blocks." And now today, Goldie Blocks is available worldwide in over 6,000 stores, and we've sold over 1 million toys to girls, and the dream is coming true. And so what I want to say to all of you today is, first of all, how proud I am that you're all here, because the fact that you're here means that you've made it already. So you should all feel so proud of yourselves. And no matter... And what I want you all to know is that I don't regret for a second entering that competition, even though I didn't end up winning, because the amount of work that I put into it and how much I learned got me so far, and it wasn't the end, it was the beginning. So I want you all to know that no matter what happens today, everybody here is a winner, And I want to encourage you all to continue taking all the lessons that you learned from being a part of this program and continuing to apply them and continuing to learn and work on your projects and make it better and keep sharing your passion and stick with this. Because, I can say from personal experience that, taking those risks and believing in myself and pursuing my passion for engineering has opened up so many great doors for me, and I know it will do the same for you. So thank you very much for having me here today. I wish you all the best of luck in everything that you do in life. Thanks, Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie. That was awesome and incredibly inspiring. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about me, and I want to first start off by saying, on behalf of our gender, boy, have we come a long way, baby. I am 59 years old, and I have got to tell you that when I started off in my career, it was not like this at all. And so we really have come a long way, and it's because of people like you that we are doing that. And just like Debbie, I am so proud of you. As a woman working in the technology industry, as I have for a long, long time, I really am in awe of you girls and the amazing accomplishments that brought you here. Technovation has provided a platform for your creativity and your perseverance to shine. And your presence here tonight is an inspiration not only to me, but thanks to the Mercury News article that came out today, it's also an inspiration to girls throughout Silicon Valley. So you're already changing the world in this area. So you may not know this or not, but I had an amazing opportunity in my life to work very closely with Steve Jobs, who was the co-founder of Apple, as he launched the Mac, and then I also worked with him to help him set Pixar on the path to fame that it is now on. And as you probably know, Steve has a reputation for being very difficult, but he's a remarkable leader and a remarkable change maker. And I learned just a ton from him, from working with him. And I'd like to share with you sort of 3 things that he taught me about changing the world. And the first thing is that life is a journey. Most of you see this moment today as a major inflection point in your life, I'm sure, a moment that's going to define your purpose, your direction, your next step. You've worked hard to get here, and you've shown your mettle, and now the moment of truth is about to happen, you think, right? But life is rarely about a single moment. It's a continuum of many moments that, when connected, form the outline of your life. This moment here is not going to define you, and it won't judge you. It may produce temporary happiness or perhaps disappointment, but it is only one data point in the sea of big data that really is your journey. And the key to unlocking that data is to mine it for insights and learn from each moment how to improve, change, or adjust your path. Every moment in life is teachable, and every journey is its own reward. So be very proud, as Debbie said, of the journey that brought you here tonight. It's pretty amazing. I had a lot of moments working with Steve, as you can imagine, moments of truth, of satisfaction, of success, and also of failure. And over the course of 5 years that I worked with him, he fired me 5 times, actually. And each time, it was a moment of despair, of great despair. But also, what would happen after that is about a week or 2 later, he would call me back and ask me to help him change the world again in another sort of way. And I really couldn't refuse him. The journey was too great to let a few moments of disappointment stop the train. He taught me what it meant to change the world, and I have taken that with me into everything that I do. So the first one is, remember, life's a journey. Second thing I learned from Steve is to think different. You're at the beginning, still seeking your passion and your purpose and who you are, and your contribution to moving the human race forward. But as you travel through your journey, please remember always to think different. You're all too young to know this ad campaign that Apple did a number of years ago. Some of you older people in the audience will remember it. But it was one of the best ad campaigns that Apple did, and it was called the Think Different campaign, and it happened in 1997, in which a number of change-the-world people were featured, including Albert Einstein and Martin Luther King. The point of the campaign was to show that people who think different are the people who change the world. And just to give you, I'm just going to quote a few seconds of it. Here's what it said. It said, "Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They invent, they heal, they explore, they create, they inspire. They push the human race forward. While some see them as the crazy ones, we see genius, because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. And so step outside the box, challenge the status quo, and use your own journey to change the world." So that's the second thing I learned from Steve. Third, and finally, is to believe in yourself. You've already tried something most people never do, and you have succeeded, otherwise you wouldn't be here. You did it with your own perseverance, your own resilience, your own drive. What great gifts those are. I hope you appreciate them, treasure them, and nurture them. They are the instruments that will guide your journey and support you in times of success as well as failure. So fail fast and fail frequently, and don't ever lose faith in yourself along the way. You know, right before Steve came back to Apple to redefine the company and create the world's most valuable brand, he founded a company called Next that developed computer workstations. I helped him launch it, and Next tanked after a couple of years. A complete failure, but it taught Steve how to be the CEO he needed to be to lead Apple into a successful future and make it the giant that it is today. He used his failure to enable his future success. But as for me, I've had a long and very entrepreneurial career with some incredible successes and some downright clunkers. I've built several organizations that succeeded and some that failed, but each experience taught me something new and informed the next opportunity. In fact, I've learned that it is actually the challenge itself that really lights me up, doing something that no one has done before, the excitement of trying something new, figuring it out, discovering a new path. That is the joy of life, and by the way, that is also the professor of entrepreneurship. You young ladies represent a future, and I know the world is going to be a better place because of you. I've seen all the apps back there, it's amazing. The world will definitely be better because of you. You have the tools at your disposal to change the world. But don't forget, as you continue your journey, to think different, believe in yourself. You are already leaders of change, so don't ever stop that. So with that, I would love to ask Tara Shlovsky to come to the podium and tell you a little bit more about the evening. Thanks.
Thank you, Andy. Your story exemplifies what we champion at Iridescent: creativity, curiosity, and persistence. Let me get the clicker. Okay, here we go. Welcome, everyone, to our Technovation World Summit of 2016. I want to thank each of you who have carved out a piece of your lives, your time, energy, and attention for us. We are so grateful that you believe in our vision and have accompanied us every step of the way. Thank you. We want to express a great appreciation for our sponsors who have made not only the Technovation World Summit possible, but also helped deepen and expand our work for the coming year. Thank you to Adobe Foundation, Salesforce.org, Intuit, Yahoo, and the University of San Francisco. I wanted to start with a poem I wrote for you about why I started Iridescent and why we rely on each of you to help us change the world. A little girl and a little boy. You say, "Come, see this machine over here." What do you think the little girl will do? I was that little girl once. I was lucky. I I had a mentor who believed I could be interested in machines despite being a girl. These machines became my toys. They were in my sandbox. The more I played, the more I learned, the more confident I became, the more curious I was to learn more. I began to ask, what will I be when I grow up? I looked around and I saw my grandmother and mother. My grandmother started a business at age 60. She'd never started and worked before, but that didn't stop her. She cut down a tree in her garden, made 2 chairs, 2 tables, and started a school. It's still running today. My mother joined the Indian Army as a doctor at age 44. I had 2 indomitable women mentors. I learned that veering from the normal needs courage, special mentoring, that steel becomes stronger from hardship, not success. They taught me to fight with the sword of desperation. Decades passed. I became an aerospace engineer. I saw no girls around me. I came to America. Still, I saw no girls. That was odd. Here was a bigger battle to fight. I started iridescent. I wanted little girls all over the world to veer from the normal, to develop a strength they didn't know they had, to become the innovators such as their countries never imagined. Coming up with breakthrough innovations isn't glamorous. It's hard work. A series of leaps across the abyss. The leaps are never easy. But when you're in the air, sometimes your wings spread and your fingernails just reach the other side and hold. Sometimes they slip and you crash, hitting every rock on the way down. Every bone breaks. A mentor helps put your spirit back together. The steel is stronger now. How do you help girls across 100 countries become warriors and innovators? Egypt, Cameroon, Rio Grande, Kazakhstan, Moldova. You make it easy to start, playing at innovation with cardboard and sticks. Or app inventor. Show a girl that she can make a change in her world. And when she gets stuck, there's a mentor behind her or on a screen who says, "Here, take this sword. I know this dragon. I'm behind you." Find a young person today. You may not have any assurance that your efforts will be rewarded, that she'll be a genius or the next president. But that's just it. It doesn't matter. Because if you believe in her and say, "Reach for the stars, I'm behind you," she will. Thank you. Now a slight shift in gears from the past to the present, and then looking forward to the future. Today, we have a presence in each of these yellow shaded regions, spanning almost 1,000 cities worldwide. We've been doubling almost every year for the past 6 years, helping 10,000 young women become technology entrepreneurs. We've learned a lot about what it takes to start, grow, and establish a lasting infrastructure across these 1,000 cities. Even though every city, every country is different, there are some common patterns that we are finding. We wanted to share 2 of these insights so that we can collectively be smarter, faster, better. The first insight is that even one person can have an impact on something as large and nebulous as an entire country. We have seen this firsthand. When you go back to your countries, your hometowns, and schools from here, you, as an individual, can start a movement. The first year, it may be as small as 5 girls. The next year, it'll be 100. And then the third year, it'll be 500. We have seen this. I believe this year, Minnesota had 200 girls participate in Technovation. We've had similar stories of growth and impact in Mexico, Brazil, Cameroon, Tunisia, Cambodia, and Kazakhstan. One of our early Technovation mentors, Maria Makarova, went to Mexico and has been steadily growing Technovation over the past few years. This year, Mexico is our largest country after the United States. There are many other such stories too. Technovation wouldn't exist without our dedicated volunteers. But a very special person who deserves mention here is Anar Simpson. She is our global ambassador. Many of you know that she has tirelessly spread the word about Technovation all over the world over the past 5 years. She's right now representing us at the UN panel on women's economic empowerment in Costa Rica. Thank you, Anar. The point is, that a single person, you, can have a very measurable and concrete impact. So don't be afraid of signing up to start or support a Technovation club. We guarantee you that your life will be changed. The second insight is that after 3 years, a region needs a different type of support for deeper impact. After 3 years of operation, there are 2 very different paths to take. One is to simply continue doing more of what was done earlier. Surprisingly, we found that if you do that, growth stalls and quality lessens. The other path to take is to leverage and empower the 1,000+ base of alumni to become Technovation ambassadors and to turbocharge growth and impact. For this to happen, we found that the region needs dedicated support, access to advanced training for the returning alumni, formal communication channels with us at headquarters, and funding. The clubs need dedicated club leaders with established roles and responsibilities and year-long tenures. For a Technovation region that is younger than 3 years, this type of structure is too heavy to carry and slows growth. But for one that is older than 3 years, this type of backbone support can really help establish the high quality and sustainability we are looking for. This is where you, Silicon Valley, can really help. And you can start today. Later tonight, you'll hear 10 amazing pitches from the finalist teams. Each of the ideas are transformative. These 34 girls are now Technovation alumni, and they have very clear ideas of what they need to get to the next level. They already know how to program, they have a mobile app, they have a business plan, a revenue model, and a very compelling pitch. Some of them even have partners and users. They just need a little bit of help from you to get to the next rung. Together, we want to make sure each of these girls leaves with a support team here in Silicon Valley. So girls, make your pitches. Audience, be generous with your time. There's nothing that has higher impact than mentoring a girl to become a technology leader. It's proven. And beyond tonight, we would love to hear from you if you'd like to support any of our Technovation cities or would like to bring Technovation to your city. We have learned a lot, and I have a lot more to learn. And in the words of one of the girls yesterday, we are hiring volunteers. And finally, I wanted to give you a little peek at the gears under the hood. I wanted to introduce you to some members from my amazing iridescent team who make this machine hum. This year, you all, as Technovation volunteers, put in 52,000 hours into supporting the 2016 Technovation cohort. My team put in another 25,000 hours. I would like to invite each one of my team members up here for a round of applause. Please welcome my partner and Chief Operating Officer, Veronica Cavallaro. Members of my core leadership team, Madhavi Basin, Amy Kim, and Wallace Louis. As many of you may know, Madhavi leads Technovation, Amy leads Iridescent's Science and Engineering program, Curiosity Machine, for younger children. Wallace leads our marketing and communications team. Welcome to Angela and Allison Collier. Come on up, please. They work on developing exciting hands-on engineering and technology projects for students. Carla and Katie, they work with me on raising funds, a very important job, so that we can bring more world-class learning to more and more underserved communities. A big welcome to Maggie Jarris, who runs all of our communications. You now know the very warm face of a warm person who sends you that Technovation newsletter every day. Chris Mera, who leads our video production. Oh, Chris is... Some of you may not know, but we have a video library of 1,000+ science, engineering, and technology education videos. You should check them out. And now a huge welcome to our Technovation team. Amy Gardner, who develops curriculum and training. I'm sure many of you recognize her from the webinar she's been running. Welcome, Crystal. She has been working on organizing this amazing summit and ceremony, and will now be working closely with the student ambassadors as they set up Technovation clubs in their countries. Joe Sack, who'll be working on the software platform for Technovation. And finally, Allison Holmes, the mastermind behind this. Thank you. And supporting all of us are our Iridescent board members and pillars of strength. Our board chair, Paul Yaren, could you please come up? Eva Ho, Alyssa, Merlene, Urish, and I don't know if Dr. Michael Kastner is here. Welcome. I'm in awe of my team. They teach me something new every day. I'm deeply grateful that I get to work with these amazing people. Thank you. And I just wanted to end this part of my presentation with a really cool trailer of a video that we were incredibly fortunate to have made. Leslie Chilcott, who also produced Waiting for Superman and An Inconvenient Truth, picked Technovation as the program to follow. So she followed the finalists from last year and created a documentary on Technovation. It was called Code Girl. Google put it on their homepage for a day. It was an incredibly exciting experience for us. And we wanted to play a short trailer from that video.
Technovation Challenge is a mobile app competition for girls in middle school and high school, and the prompt is to solve an issue in your community by building a mobile app.
You take something that you thought you couldn't do
and you realize like I just had to work at it, I have this support system and I can do it and I can really affect a change in my environment. The initial chunk is really about brainstorming, paper prototyping, figuring out how big of a problem this is, doing the market research, seeing who your competitors are, and then sort of narrowing down all the features that you want in this amazing solution to something that you can actually build and prototype.
They get the basics of App Inventor to kind of get them rolling on the coding, and so that they can learn the platform and how they would actually build a prototype to begin with.
Using a block-based language, it's very visual, it's very friendly. It says, they call it low wall, so it's easy and accessible for anyone to jump over, and very high ceiling, so you can code anything.
We have some students that submit iOS apps, or some students who actually program in Java for their Android apps. And all of this is based on going out into the community and getting feedback from people and seeing if what you're identifying is actually coinciding with what the rest of the community thinks.
Towards the end, you have a very nice business plan, you have a working prototype, and then you have to do a pitch and videotape it, and then you submit all of these for judging. First, is it really going to change the world? Second, does the app work? That's the technical side of it. And third, will it make money? I would say every girl in middle school and junior high should know how to solve a problem using technology. Technovation now is the world's largest technology entrepreneurship program for girls. There's no other global program that's bringing girls into technology and entrepreneurship in a cohesive way as we are. So now you know what the girls will be pitching on and what they have been doing over the past 3 months. I did want to quickly introduce a very cool program that we are launching this year, which is our new Technovation Student Ambassador and Master Educator program. We had a very competitive process where we invited alumni to apply, and we flew these student ambassadors and master educators here to Silicon Valley, and they went through some intensive training, and now they'll be going back and starting Technovation clubs in their region. I would like to ask the student ambassadors to stand up so that everybody can give you a round of applause and congratulate you. And could the master educators stand, please? Thank you to each of you. Now I'll hand it over to Andy.
Thank you, Tara. That was great. I just want to congratulate everybody every participant in this entire program, because you should all feel very, very proud of what you've accomplished. And I had a walk around, and it's just absolutely amazing. But what we're going to do now is we're going to hear from the top 10 finalist teams who participated in the program, and they're going to share, each of them, a 2-minute pitch on their mobile app, and then I'm going to ask them one follow-up question for each one of them. So we'll do this one at a time. So the first one is I'd like to welcome Team IDF from Canada. I want everybody to pay attention to the names of the teams and the names of the apps. They are ultra creative. This is In the Fridge.
Hi everyone, I'm Mai.
Hi, I'm Clémence. So we're from Montreal in Canada.
And together we created an app called In the Fridge. Did you know that in Canada it's $31 billion of food that is thrown out every year?
With this money, we could feed 6 million people for a whole year.
But let's be honest, we all have those ingredients in our fridge that we don't really know how to cook.
Or have like 8 pounds of the same meal and that the half of it will finish in the trash. All these little habits have impact.
And that's why we created In the Fridge, an app to help people, especially families, to fight against food waste.
By suggesting them some recipes that they will like, with the ingredients they already have in their fridge.
So how does our app work? The first step is to go in the function My Fridge to make a quick inventory of what's in your fridge. Let's say you got some spinach and some tomatoes left, you can select these items. And then you can go in the filter function to select what kind of meal you want and the preparation time for your recipe.
After, you can go in the moods function to find the recipes that match your mood at the moment. For example, if I feel lazy or I want something healthy, I can go in this function. And after, in the fridge will provide you the perfect recipes that you will like with the ingredients that you already have in the fridge. And because we first selected tomato and spinach, now we have a recipe based on these ingredients.
So there will be two versions of our app. The first one will be free and will have all the features presented before. It'll have some commercials, mainly from grocery stores, to help us cover our costs.
The second version will be premium at 99 cents, and that will include a larger recipe library, some suggestions from famous chefs, the leftover option which creates recipes out of leftovers, and an advertising-free environment.
Food waste is a huge problem in our society, and it will only get worse for the generations to come if we don't take action. Choose in the fridge to help families save money, time, and food.
And please, join us on our mission to help create a better world.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. Okay, so I have one question for you. So what was the biggest challenge for you in developing this app?
Coding was very difficult. And
Because when we joined Technovation, we really didn't know how to program. So yeah, that was a new thing to learn, and yeah, it was difficult.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you guys. Great job. Here, I can take your notes. Should I be doing something different with these mics to stop that? Let me know if there's something I should do. Okay, second team, please welcome Angels Tech of Africa from Cameroon to tell us about their app. This is Nature Gift.
We are from Cameroon, Africa in miniature.
80% of Cameroon economic in agriculture. Normally, in our country, we speak French, and today we can't speak English. Thank you.
hi, my name is Maja.
Hi, my name is Fadanka.
Hi, my name is Asta.
Hi, my name is Abadaka.
Hi, my name is Marbre. The name of our application is Nature Gift, and the name of our team is Angels Tech of Africa.
Our application saw that are very important as the primary product is neglected and agricultural products is neglected. The objective of our application is promoting the primary product. We want to enter in partnership with society like rice company, Ricam, cocoa company, Sodecao, and sugar company, Sosukam.
The main function of our application is increase the quality and visibility of African agricultural products in the world market.
We think to make that project because we have noticed that people underestimate some Cameroonian and African agricultural products. That's why we have in bottom of our heart to make that project.
The diversity of climate, ecology, and inland, as well as the dynamism of the people, make Cameroon a country with food self-sufficiency. All products available on the African continent can be exploited in Cameroon, Africa in miniature.
Nature Gift aims at the following priority objectives: valorize the agricultural product, improve the quality and visibility of the agricultural product in the world market.
Move away from the speaker.
Guys, that's amazing. So I'd love to know what was hard for you about learning English in such a short period of time. Everything?
Quelle a été votre plus grande difficulté pendant la période pendant laquelle vous avez appris l'anglais?
C'était la partie dont il fallait écrire les pitchs. On avait des idées, maintenant, écrire c'était un problème et retenir. C'était ça la plus grande difficulté.
Our main difficulties was writing in English first and try to have all these texts on our mind.
Wow. Well, that is amazingly impressive. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Great. So for the next one, please welcome California from the United States to tell us about their app, Locate Donate.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm Allison. We are Team California Coders, and we created the app Locate Donate, which addresses the problems of wealth disparity and household waste. In America, many of us are lucky to have enough food, clothing, books, and electronics. However, many of the items Americans buy are wasted. In fact, only 15% of clothing is donated or recycled, leaving 10.5 million pounds in landfills each year. This creates two problems. First, these items give off greenhouse gases that fuel global warming, and second, it robs the less fortunate of the opportunity to secure the items they need to thrive. This problem is especially prudent in Silicon Valley, where the levels of wealth disparity are among the highest in the nation.
That's where Locate Donate comes in. We created Locate Donate to make it easier for people to donate their unwanted items. Users select the types of items they would like to donate, and Locate Donate finds nearby matching donation centers. Users can select a donation center to view its rating and business hours, view it on a map, and go to their website or call them. By simplifying the process of donation, Locate Donate will encourage more people to donate, leading to a better environment and increased support for the poor.
Locate Donate has a great advantage over existing apps because our comprehensive database contains donation centers from multiple organizations.
To attract users, we will use online advertising, and we are currently looking for funding to do so. We will also partner with donation organizations who will promote Locate Donate in exchange for being featured in the app. We have already spoken with the Salvation Army, and they said that they would be very interested in partnering with us.
Locate Donate is free to download, and to make money, we will show ads. We also plan to introduce a feature that will allow users to view their donations for their tax reports for a cost. This revenue model will allow us to become profitable in our second year, and by the end of 2019, we will have a net profit of over $500,000.
In the future, we will release Locate Donate on the App Store. We will also add social gamification features that will allow users to earn points for their donations and to invite their friends and coworkers. And finally, we will add a tax report feature, which adds another source of revenue.
Not only will Locate Donate become a successful business, but we can also save 3.5 million pounds of donatable items from going to waste. We believe Locate Donate can make an impact in our community by rerouting items from landfills to donation centers. Locate Donate is fully functional for the San Francisco Bay Area, so help us get started by downloading Locate Donate on your Android phone today. Thank you.
That is great, guys. So you mentioned you were going to be looking to raise some money. So what sources of funding are you going to look at?
Well, we're hoping to raise enough money so that we'll be able to start our campaign. We're in the final stages of promoting on Twitter, so we're hoping that we can gain enough money from investors to do that.
That's great. Well, that's really great. I wish you guys the very best. Thank you so much. Great job. Okay, the next team is welcome Changers from India to tell us about their app. Change Ed.
Good evening. We are Team Changers from New Horizon Public School, Bangalore, India. We have a dream to change the lives of millions of illiterates by enabling education for them. The Government of India and non-government organizations have launched schemes to overcome this problem. However, they face shortage of funds.
On a different note, a very common scenario in India is that when a person goes to a shop and pays for his purchases, he either gets a candy for the change generated or doesn't get back his change at all. That got us thinking. Does the problem being illiteracy and the solution being collection of funds, we have leveraged technology and come up with an innovative and a unique solution, ChangeEd.
ChangeEd is a unique mobile-based application which donates this leftover change for the education of the needy through NGOs. We mainly target service providers such as shopkeepers and cabbies. NGOs are the beneficiaries of our app, and we picked up this problem because we could relate to this as school-going children.
Currently, ChangeEd is just a prototype, but we are determined to develop it into a fully functional product using after-school hours. We're already in the process of reaching out to our target segments, namely the shopkeepers and the NGOs, to provide feedback and crystallize our app. Our strategy includes releasing a beta version and marketing strategies through social media, print media, and word of mouth.
Since this is a new revolutionary idea, we do anticipate initial challenges for adoption. We look forward to any investment in our app, as an endeavor of this level will not be successful without funds for development. ChangeEd is unique as it utilizes the change which is of no significance to provide quality education to millions of individuals who otherwise may not have had such privileges. Our tagline: Leave change, live change.
That is great, girls. One question for you. So what advice do you have for other girls who want to get into coding? And if any of you guys are going to answer it, could you stand over there? Wait, away from the speaker.
So I say my advice would be that you should really just have confidence in yourself, and if you find errors or stuff, just don't be discouraged, because that's something that really got to us. I mean, once there was a tiny error, we would just start yelling and screaming, but then finally we would calm down and start again.
That's great, girls. Thank you very much. The next team we are going to hear from is Team A from Mexico to tell us about OL.
Hi, my name is Lila Lobato, and I'm representing OL. This is the first mobile application in Mexico focused on volunteering. But how does it work? 3 easy steps. The first one, you register to your application. Second, you find the ideal NGO for you. And third, you just register to being volunteer, and the NGO will be waiting you with open arms. The highlight of our product is that each time you volunteer, you're getting diamonds. These diamonds can be stacked or given to other volunteers and can be exchanged for products, discounts, and services. Also can be donated to other NGOs that need money. In this way, using OL, you're doubling the help to your community. Now, I want to tell you a story. This is the story of one of my best friends. His name is Luisja. Luis Javier wakes up every single Sunday at 6 in the morning. He has to bike 1 hour with 5 to 10 kilos of composta. When he arrives to the forest, he has to work 10 hours straight. That's crazy, right? So I asked him, why are you doing this?
So he told me, you have to live by yourself. So that's what I did. One Sunday, I also wake up 6 in the morning. I also drive there, and I also work 10 straight hours. And what I saw passionate people. So more than an application that connects community with ONGs, more than an application that helps every one of us become the change in our community, more than an application that is going to help us to reach every single of the needed, it's an application that connects passionate people with their passions. So thank you. Please download our application. It is free distributed, and be the change that is needed.
Thank you, that was great. So, who's your hero?
I'm like trying to choose one between Malala and my mother. So I think my mother wins this round.
As a mother myself, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, please welcome Code House from the United States to tell us about their app, Ask Ada.
Hey y'all, I'm Wendy. I'm Jessica.
I'm Amy. And I'm Jenny.
High school sex ed is becoming a joke. In Mean Girls, the gym teacher says the infamous line, "Don't have sex because you get pregnant and die." Although Mean Girls might have exaggerated a little bit, teens around the world are truly underinformed when it comes to sex ed. This leaves them with many questions about topics such as safe sex practices and consent. Many may be too afraid to ask their parents and teachers and instead turn to the internet, which contains inaccurate information.
The cost of this misinformation is very high. Advocates for Youth, an international organization, reports that each year, U.S. youth under the age of 25 experience as many as 850,000 pregnancies and 9.1 million STIs. These numbers are shocking, especially when they can be greatly reduced through comprehensive and accurate sex ed. In fact, studies have indicated a direct causation between sex ed and positive behavioral outcomes, including the increased use of protective equipment among sexually active participants.
This is where Ask Ada comes in. Our Android-based app offers high school students a judgment-free zone to not only ask and answer sex ed questions anonymously, but also expand their knowledge regarding reproductive and sexual health. By breaking down the stigma currently surrounding sex ed, we hope to make this important information available and accessible to all. Ask Ada is unique in its versatility. It can be used by teens, parents for their personal or child's benefit, or schools as a supplementary resource for existing sex ed programs, thereby possessing many opportunities to affect positive change in the community.
While our app is not intended to replace professional medical advice, we hope that it will foster a more open, accurate conversation about sexual health among a demographic that truly needs it. To expand Ask Ada, we hope to develop an iOS and multi-language version of our app and a login and flagging system to further combat inappropriate content. Y'all can help us out by downloading our Android app and providing financial or technical support. We're incredibly humbled to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. So here's a question for you. Should boys be part of Technovation?
Okay, sorry. So, as we said, as many of you said before yesterday, we believe that, yeah, sure, boys can be in the STEM field, but Technovation was built for women to encourage them to pursue jobs, fields, interests, passions in the STEM field. And we feel that, like,
by letting boys in Technovation, it would lose its essence. It would lose the main goal of what Technovation is. And through this trip, everyone here and probably would agree that this trip has really allowed us to see what we're really passionate about. And by letting boys in, I feel that it would become more misty and we would miss a lot of opportunities. And so Technovation, we thank Technovation for all these opportunities.
They're all.
Go ahead, did you want to add something?
Just that there already exists such a gender disparity in technology, and it's really inspiring for us and just from me to see all these girls unite together and create a front to combat them.
Thank you, that's great. Great job, guys. Thank you. All right. Now please welcome Team Savvy from the United States to tell us about Neo Safety.
Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted. Don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be.
Good evening, guests. We are Team Savvy. I'm Lucinda, the CTO. I'm Addison, the CEO.
I'm Helen, the CCO.
And today we're going to tell you a little bit about our app, Neo Safety. Neo Safety is intended to solve the problem of people being unaware of how safe they are in their area, and a lot of people aren't aware of the dangers that surround them. Also, most people aren't actively reporting crimes because they don't realize how important it is to the safety of their communities.
To address this problem, our app empowers people to take safety into their own hands by providing a personalized safety rating and crime statistics for users to evaluate their current surroundings or a search location. And we encourage people to actively participate in community policing by providing an organized list of the closest emergency services and for the closest police stations for them to easily seek help and report crimes worldwide, along with an information page for them to determine what is worth reporting and how.
We think this is especially important in a time like this, when there are so many hate crimes and terrorist groups going on. We want you to and your community to stay safe all the time. I'm so sorry, I got so nervous.
That's okay, no problem.
So our app is now fully functional on the Apple Store and Android Store, so please download them. And we started locally in the Bay Area, where we have since started our nationwide expansion by including New York and San Francisco. After the competition, we planned to expand and promote our app worldwide by including more crime data. Also, we want to work on our future premium features, including crowdsourced safety rating that combine users' perceptual locations along with the crime statistics and rating that we provide. So essentially, user can provide a rating along with their impressions of locations and to view what others have submitted. In addition to the direct benefit for the user, we believe this data could be used at police stations and by other community organizations for safety purposes. So, this is so embarrassing.
Should we download the app?
Yeah, definitely. And what I'm going to say is we really need some help from a data scientist to help us fine-tune our app and to help us work with our future feature Safe This Route. And we would love to partner with Google to have our app incorporated in them and to have all the users that have been searching locations in Google to see our features. Through technology and innovation, we believe that we could make the world a safer place by encouraging people to have more awareness and increase their involvement in fighting crime. So please join us in this fight to build a new era of safer communities. Thank you so much.
Great job and awesome recovery. Okay, here's your question. How did the three of you come together?
We actually all go to different schools. We met at a Girls Who Code club. We just by chance, Addison heard of the competition before, and she recruited us. And and she saw like our experiences, and we have certain strengths, and we kind of came together and used all of our certain.
Yeah, so we're all really passionate about coding. I'm really into data, and Lucinda's really good at CSS, and Helen just amazing at designing and make everything just look nice. So we sort of click in that way.
That is great. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you make a great team. Okay, thank you, girls. Okay, next up, please welcome Sniper from Kenya to tell us about M. Safiri.
Hi, my name is Laura.
And I'm Gladys.
We're Sniper and we come from Kenya in Africa.
My country faces a major problem when it comes to booking of transport services for long distance traveling. And this is because booking of bus tickets in my country is done manually where passengers have to queue for very long. And this encourages the theft of luggage, time wastage, and poor customer services. Passengers also get invalid tickets with no option of getting refunds. Does none of you like delayed travels? Nobody does, and unfortunately, most Kenyans have had to deal with this for a very long time. However, not anymore, as Sniper provides a solution to this problem, which involves making booking services convenient, effective, and safe.
55% of mobile users in Kenya use public transport for long-distance travel, offering M-Safiri a wider market.
Our platform will enable users to book for e-tickets, pay for them through credit card, PayPal, or M-Pesa, which is the most commonly used money transaction service in the world. They will receive their e-tickets through SMS and email, and use Google Maps to navigate around the country, as well as tell the nearest boarding stations.
Our startup cost will be $29,000, and we plan to earn our revenue from 5% commission from the ticket, $130 as our maintenance fee per month, and we expect a 30% growth by the year 2018.
We face direct competition from BusBird and Magic Bus, and our indirect competitor is BebaPay.
In future, we'll stretch out our platform to Eastern African countries because they experience similar problems to Kenya in the transport sector. We'll include booking of trains and airplanes in our platform. We'll have parcel tracking that will enable our users to be able to track their parcels to their destinations. Our platform will have rewards in terms of travel points and other offers.
Kenya and the world can be made a better place, not by chance, but by change which Sniper is willing to make. Thank you.
That was great, girls. So tell us, how did you come up with the name Sniper, Team Sniper?
All right, so a sniper, from our understanding, is a person who shoots from a hidden position and always hits the target. So yeah, and we as a team, Sniper, we have a mission and we want to achieve it, and this mission is to make Kenya a better place through Technovation.
Thank you, girls. Awesome. Yep, sure, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. We have 5 members in our team, and the rest of the team is seated over there. We represent them.
Thank you. Great job. Great job, guys. Okay, now we're going to welcome Dot Kompot from Kazakhstan to tell us about their app, Active Citizen.
Hello, we are the team .comport and we want to present you our app Active Citizen.
Every city has its own problems like
broken roads, open manholes, air pollution, and who solved these problems? Municipal authority. But there is problem that there is no bridge between municipal authority and active citizens.
An active citizen is the best solution because this application builds bridge and makes trust between our government and our active citizens. So via survey results, we know that 97% of Almaty population do care about city's problems and want to be engaged in improvement of our Almaty.
Work. Any citizen can report about city's problem to the municipal authority that is reliable for its realization. It gives an answer to the citizen about request and status of its processing.
In the future, we are going to expand our app by inserting smart statistics. It can show. Sorry. It can show happiness index by districts, and local government can plan their budget, also events, by a certain area.
Government is positive and really open-minded about such ideas. That we can see in Instagram profile where there are more than 87,000 people, and they do the same work as we can provide them. Just active citizen is a solution to collaborate together all the powers of municipal authority and active citizens.
And my favorite thing is that our app is scalable. Starting from Almaty, we will implement our app into the other cities of the Kazakhstan. So thank you, Technovation Challenge, for boosting our confidence and giving a chance to make a difference.
Only together we can change the world.
Great job, girls. So tell us what you're going to do next. What's your very next step after tonight?
Actually, our team is has attended to summer school, and we learned how to program in Swift and Java, also marketing and design as well. So we're going to push this app into our society to expand it to the whole country. And also we need some support in research of that in Happy Index from Silicon Valley professionals.
Well, good luck to you guys. Thank you so much. Great job. Okay, and now, and I think this is the last one, please welcome New Dork from the United States to tell us about their app, Grow Green.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Priya.
And I'm Rachel.
And we're Team New Dork. Every year, over 6 billion pounds of produce are being thrown away in the United States alone because it's ugly, not pretty enough, and therefore isn't being bought. That is enough produce to solve world hunger. It is estimated that 1 in 5 produce items do not meet the cosmetic standards of supermarkets and therefore have to be thrown away. It is not economically viable for farms to have to throw away so much time and money worth of produce just because they know it won't be bought. This may seem like a trivial problem in an urban community like New York City, but there are over 1,000 farms spanning New York City's 5 boroughs that all deal with this problem on a daily basis.
Our solution is Grow Green. Grow Green is a trade and delivery service that aims to turn wasted food into wanted food by connecting farms and restaurants. As it turns out, restaurants are the perfect beneficiaries of ugly produce. Imagine you're sitting in your favorite Italian restaurant, savoring that delicious pasta sauce. Are you thinking about what that tomato originally looked like? Probably not. With Grow Green, farms can sell their ugly produce to restaurants at a cheaper price, benefiting both parties.
But how exactly does Grow Green work? Well, if you're a restaurant, you can log in and place an order by selecting the produce you want, the farm you want to buy from, the quantity, and then submitting your order through in-app payment. And if you're a farm, you can log in, see which restaurants have requested an order, and then if finished, archive your order. Grow Green is an iOS application that Rachel and I built using the programming language Swift and Xcode.
All around the world, the movement has started, so Grow Green is a very timely app that can easily be integrated in communities anywhere. We have already begun to reach out to local restaurants, juice and smoothie bars, and farms who all agree that Grow Green has great potential to revolutionize the agriculture and restaurant industries.
So join us in feeding the movement. Let's turn wasted food into wanted food together.
Great job, you guys. So tell us, what do your friends who don't code think about this app and what you're doing?
My friends who don't code, first of all, don't know what coding is, but they think it's a great idea and they're really excited for me.
I think we've definitely talked about Technovation to our friends a lot, so we're really hoping that all our friends can maybe take part in the competition. We're definitely going to go back home and urge them as well.
Oh, that's great. Evangelize it. Thank you. All right, what an amazing group of girls, huh? And some amazing apps. Really, really, really great. Yeah, let's give them another hand, everybody. So we've come to the finale of the evening, the award ceremony. So for you girls, please remember that this, as I said before, is just the start of your journey. It's going to be a long and fruitful one, and I know all of you are going to change the world in it. So please remember that. And for the audience members, please remember that these teams need your help. They need investment, they need mentoring, they need marketing, they need support, they need encouragement. Most of all, they need what Silicon Valley can offer, which is the opportunity to change the world. So I would love for all of you guys to make an investment of some kind or other in these girls and what they're doing. It's awesome. Okay, let's go on to the announcements. We do have a little surprise for each of the finalists. Each one is going to receive a SanDisk wireless media device, which has been generously donated by SanDisk. So that's awesome. I'd like to invite the board, Tara, and the judges, and the iridescent team to congratulate the girls as they come up. So maybe you guys can come close to the stage here. You just want to line up here. Tara says line up. Line up here. And the iridescent team as well. Iridescent, team iridescent, wherever you are. There was a lot of you, so come on up here. Come and stand by Tara. Great. Okay, we got everybody? All right, now for the moment. Okay, I'd like to start by announcing the teams who placed second in the middle school and high school categories. The middle school second place honor goes to Team Changers. Yay. Okay, girls, you have to come down here and get your stuff. Well, this is a long line. Maybe a group hug might be a little bit more efficient. Are we down? Are we at the end yet? Okay, great. All righty. For the high school second place honor, we actually have a tie here. The judges deliberated for a very long time and could not come to a decision. So they basically came to the powers that be and said, can we do a tie? And I guess the powers that be said yes. So one app was very strong on the technical side. The other one was very strong on the business side. So I'd like to welcome both of our second place teams to the stage. Please welcome New Dork for their app Grow Green and Sniper for their app M. Safiri.
Watu wa upendo hauna dui, hauna kifanika.
Great, great, congratulations. Okay, now let's announce the teams who have received an honorable mention in this year's Technovation Challenge. The following teams have received an honorable mention for their participation. In the middle school division, in no particular order, we have Team IDF for their app Into Fridge. And we have Angels Tech of Africa for their app Nature Gift. Nature Gift team, are you coming up? Okay, in the high school division, and in no particular order, we have Code House for Ask Ada. We have Team Savvy for Neo Safety. And we have Dot Compote for Active Citizen. I'm going to let the anticipation sit for a second while everyone goes through the line. All right, so finally, and here's the moment, I'd like to announce the top middle school and top high school Technovation teams who are going to receive $10,000 in seed funding to continue developing their apps. The middle school first place honor goes to California Coders for their app Locate Donate. Congratulations. That's really awesome. Okay, and for the high school, again, the high school first place honor goes to Team A for their app, O. Okay, we are going to do a group photo up here of the high school and middle school winners. So can you come up and stand here and we're going to take your picture? Great. All right. Lots of people are taking your picture. What? No selfie? Really? Anyway, thank you, girls. You are all awesome. Congratulations. Whoops, sorry. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations. Great job. Great job. All right. Thank you, everybody. Awesome. All right, we're not quite done yet. You guys can go sit down, though. Thank you, and congratulations again. So, okay. All right, and now for the Regional Ambassador Award. To help distribute tonight's 2016 Regional Ambassador Award, we're proud to introduce Arzu Riahi, the Director of Tech Women at the Institute of International Education, IIE. Tech Women Fellows in Africa, Asia, and the Middle East serve as regional ambassadors for Technovation. Technovation appreciates the support from Tech Women and IIE in expanding and supporting the program in many of the countries across the globe. So Arzu, there you are. Great.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Andy. First, I'd like to invite Jean Weiss to come up and join me. You may remember her. She was the 2015 Regional Ambassador last year. And congratulations to all of the ladies who represented tonight. Wow, that was really fun for all of us to watch. I look forward to this event every year because I think, as we all agree, it instills so much hope and excitement in the future. The girls that we've met tonight are driven to innovate and solve their community's most pressing problems using technology. And to me, there's nothing better than that. I'm so thankful that the Technovation program exists and feel so fortunate that we're able to partner together. It, of course, would not be possible without the dedicated work of so many individuals, like Gina, especially all of the Technovation regional ambassadors here with us tonight. So, first, can I ask all of the regional ambassadors to stand so we can properly thank you for everything that you've done. So tonight, Jean and I have been invited to announce the 2016 award. I do this with great honor, as this year's recipient has become a dear friend, and one who I admire and have been inspired by tremendously. I first met this regional ambassador in 2014 when she was selected as a Tech Women participant. On paper, we were very impressed. She has a PhD in bioinformatics, I actually didn't even really know what that was until we met. And we found that in person, her passion and her energy to share the world of science and technology with girls was contagious. When the program concluded, she returned home and enrolled 54 girls into the Technovation Challenge. She has since doubled participation in the program every year since. In her work with Technovation, she's demonstrated how we can all work together to help each other and make an impact on not just one person or community, but the future of girls for generations to come. We are incredibly inspired and grateful for all of the regional ambassadors who are mentors, leaders, and role models for women and girls. Though tonight we are honoring only one, your energy and commitment has and will continue to positively affect the future for hundreds of girls worldwide. This year, I'd like to welcome Amel and introduce
Very much Technovation. Thank you very much, Tech Women. This will boost me. The thing that I really enjoy about Technovation is that it made me feel proud of the Tunisian young women. I really discovered a lot. I really discovered a lot of talented young women in Tunisia, and with all the problems that we are facing, it gives me hope. Thanks for all those who believe in Technovation. Thanks.
All right, we are coming into the home stretch. Now it's time for the People's Choice Award. We've spent the evening collecting your votes on the Technovation team that you all believe has the most innovative app idea. And the winner of this is the Changers team with Change Ed. Congratulations. Great job. All right, congratulations to everyone who's participated and who was here tonight. This is really, really an impressive part of your life, and I hope you all feel very proud of yourselves. The next step for each of you, though, is to pay this forward. This year, there were almost 4,000 passionate volunteers, mentors, coaches, parents, technology experts, and champions who came together to put in almost 85,000 hours of support for each of you. Now we hand the baton to you. Each of you now can say you are a technology entrepreneur and helped create a company. That's amazing at your age. You are an incredible role model for your class, your school, your family, and your community. So please celebrate that. Don't hide the light. Stand tall and lead. Become a Technovation student ambassador and lead the change in your community and your countries. We could not be more proud of you. And for you, the audience who came tonight, please make sure that you connect with each of these incredible girls and help them in whatever way they need help. And finally, I've been told, yes, there is cake in the lobby. Thank you all for being here. Good night and code on.